day. Man, it could have been bait, but when the wind has actually had the lake just blown out and you can't sit anywhere, I'm just lucky to get a cast in between the gust of wind, and the bass should be shallow. We're at almost 60 degrees water. That looked like a little male probably. Up shallow. I'm only sitting in 7 feet of water, and I'm 10, 12 feet off the bank. So this is a pretty shallow flat. He was up at the edge of shallow grass. Got a lot of new grass emerging. Kind of where you'd expect them to be as the grass starts to turn green. One of my favorite places in the spring is to hit that new grass, work the edges, work along the old dead stems where the new stems are turning green, the leaves are coming out, and oftentimes it's going to hold bait fish, and where you've got bait fish, you've got bigger fish. Anyway, I'm going to ease on around, a few more casts. Hate that there's a lawnmower in the background, but hey, people got to mow their yards, and it's one of those deals. But cross your fingers, maybe we'll get us another one. And right now the spinnerbait's really the only thing I can throw. Every time I try to throw a worm or anything on the bottom or slower, the wind just gets me blowed out. Right now it's a little bit of a lull, and this is about the biggest lull I've had all day. So hang in there. Let's see if we can get another one. Wish me luck. Alright guys, yesterday was pretty much a blowout. The lake was just too windy for me to I could fish, but it wasn't being very productive. So after my little fish, after another few minutes of fighting the wind, I headed on back to the truck and decided I would regroup and find me somewhere out of the wind and start over. So here we are on day 2, and this whole deal is I really just wanted to talk about my favorite bait for the spring, and those close to me know it's going to be a spinnerbait. You can cover a lot of water. You cover water, you can speed it up, slow it down. There's a lot of variations you can do with a spinnerbait. You can drop it to the bottom, you can rip it up, let it go back down, or you can just chunk and wind and cover water. But I use it in so many different ways. It makes it a really versatile bait. I use it around laydowns. Actually hitting the laydowns is like yesterday, that little fish that I caught yesterday, I actually hit the wood sticking up. As soon as it deflected off that wood, it drew the bite. And that is very common with a spinnerbait. When they say that thing hit something and it looks injured, it does something different. It changes the course, whether they think it's a bait fish or whatever. It hit it, it deflected, it rolls over sideways. It has to look like something is injured at that moment, and it's easy prey for them. So they will grab it, and they'll figure out if it's real later, but they take the opportunity to get an easy meal when they can. And it's just a good thing, and I don't lose many fish on the big single hook that you got with a spinnerbait. And I'm still fighting the wind. Even on this little body of water, the wind is out on the lakes is still going to be 10, 15 today. I just decided, hey, I'm not doing that today. I'm gonna go somewhere I can hopefully relax a little and see if we can get a bite. Oh, we came back. There he is. He came back and he got it. Oh, he's a little bigger than I thought he was gonna be. Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. Over here. I better need him. If I don't, I will lose him. I won't have nothing to show for. There we go. Old spinnerbait bass. I'm in a tree. And need to get out of the tree. See if we can push. There we go. Get my bait back. All right. The bait fell out. Check him out. Now he's got a big old hump on his head. Looks like something, turtle or something. I don't know what that is. Like somebody hit him with something. But it's got a gut. She has not spawned out yet. Look at that gut. Got one. Let her go back, go do her thing. Good opportunity right now while I'm stopped here and hopefully not blowing all around. I want to show you what I'm using, and I've still got tied on the same bait that I had yesterday. Now this is a little different than what I normally would throw out on the lakes with the little Indiana blades. And it was some stained water. I went with the gold and the little Indiana blades. Get a little different kind of flash, a little different vibration, and it's been a favorite. My normal would be a willow leaf, double willow leaf, 3/8 for most conditions that I get in. But in just a few minutes, I will be swapping up and keep out of this grass. And I like a bluegill, more of a bluegill pattern. The bluegill's got a lot of color. When you get in a little farm pond, they don't have shad to feed on most of the time. This would be my normal type bait. Double willow leaf. You got a little blue, you got a little yellow, and some white and shimmer. Represents a shad extremely well. In a pond, they don't feed on shad naturally. I mean, they will if you put some in. I want more of a bluegill. A lot of color, and I'll alternate between the chrome Colorado blade and the gold. And just to see, you know, depending on watercolor, what puts off the best flash. But I always, when I'm throwing a Colorado blade, I like a pretty good sized blade. I like that vibration and that thump. And I'm gonna throw this little Indiana for just a little while, and probably gonna swap over. I don't know, may get another fish. If I do, I may leave it and not worry about changing it. Why change it if it's broke? I don't want to throw a bait just because I want it. I want what the fish are gonna eat. So if they'll keep eating it, I'll keep throwing it. But if they don't, this water does have some color to it. I may change over to that, give it that extra thump, and look more like a big bluegill, and see what we get. Let's go find a new spot. Come up with us another one. There we go. Alright, I changed spinner baits. Put my multicolor. Got a lot of color in that bad boy. Little chartreuse on the end. Got me a little bass. Nothing wrong with a little bass. A bite is a bite. And that's what you're looking for. Oh my goodness, he's pissed. The wind decided to put me right in my spot. Try to get out of here and see if there's another one hanging. I believe that was probably a little buck bass cruising. There's probably several. Right up in here is a spawning flat. I was hoping to get old big girl out of here. There's got to be one. It's too good. It's a spawning flat. It comes out of deep water. There's a big flat right here out in front of me, and a little ditch that runs back up into the woods. So, somewhere in this vicinity here, there's going to be a big girl. Now whether I can catch her, I don't know. A lot of times throwing these spinner blades in the spring, those fish are already up or close to where you cast. And when that happens, even though there's a lot of junk in the water sometimes in the spring floating around, if that blade will make 4 or 5 rotations, sometimes that's all it needs. And you know, they're gonna react pretty quick, because they know if they don't eat an easy meal, their buddy over there will. So they don't have a lot of time to think about it. So there's one. Oh. Cutting up. Oh, right in my anchor. Let's see if I can get you in here. There we go. I don't usually flip them in, but I didn't want him to run back and get around that anchor. It's hanging down. Another little, probably another little buck. Spinnerbait, spring. Now this is still, even though I'm in a smaller body of water today, it's still pre-spawn. That first fish still full of eggs. They have not pushed all the way back up yet. And I figure this water is 60, probably 61 degrees. I didn't charge my fish finder battery yesterday and messed around, left it turned on, ran it down. Anybody ever done that? So I'm not exactly sure of the water temp, but as aggressive as these fish are, I kind of think it's lower 60s. Really, really close from to moving up in these weeds and up in the actual woods. This pond floods. It floods all the way up in the woods, and they will actually get up in the woods if the water levels will stay up and spawn. But what I'm doing is I'm just working this flat. I'm not working cover or structure or anything. I'm working the flat that they should be cruising on. And the outside, the deeper edge of that's where my bigger fish came. A little closer, a little shallower, probably up in 2 feet of water is where the little buck bass came. There's a fish. These little buck bass, they're up on the bank. Old spinnerbait just a thumping them in. Alright, give me that back. There we go. A lot of color, big thumper. A little fish. Hey, that's part of it. Sometimes you got to catch the little ones to get to the big ones. We're gently dropping it in. Try not to make a big splash. And the only thing they know is that thumping comes right in front of their face. Oh, I seen fish run away. That could have been, I don't know. He came back and got it. Another little bug. He hit it up here. Oh, cut it out. He had it, look here, right out. Oh, I'm back in them bushes. Gotta let him go. Good. There we go. Where you going, buddy? Oh my goodness. That's the biggest one of the day. Get in here, girl. Ooh, she's pulling. Pulling, I tell you. It's wet. Get in here. Got her. There we go. We're starting to get a hold of some now. Old Sunshine came out. The little blade went to do it pretty good. Nice little fish. I like it. And I believe that is a little old female. Get her back. See ya. I think she ran into my net. Oh, sorry about that. The net out of the water. Spinnerbait in the spring, hard to beat, especially if you've got dingy to dirty water. It just gives them some flash, gives them something to key in on. Looks like bait. They grab it before they figure out any different. It's about all you can sum it up. So I think I've said it before. If they don't eat a bait coming by, if a little brim swims by and he's kind of out of sync with the rest of the little brim, he's an easy meal for a bass. But if he swims by a fish, those fish know that's fit, survival of the fittest. So if they don't get it while they've got the opportunity, they know their buddy gonna get it. And that's just, law of the land, survival of the fittest. So that's why these reaction type baits, the spinnerbait, is really, really good in the spring where you got these fish moved up shallow. There's several fish together. The more you got in a group together, makes the bite better. They have to get it. They know it'll get taken away if they don't get it. They can always, determine if they want to eat a bait or something out that drops in the water. I don't know how many times over the years I've seen a leaf hit the water, a bass come up and get the leaf. Now he probably didn't eat that leaf, but he got it immediately. Just check it. They're gonna check, and when they check a spinnerbait, we check them back. So pretty neat deal. Reaction type bait. That's why you get rattle trap bites early spring on into spring. It's reaction. If they don't eat, they miss out on a meal, and they're like us. They don't like missing out on meals. There he is, right in the top of a brush. Another little buck bass. Oh, get me a little slack before I hit myself in the mouth with the fish. Give me that. whole lot better than not getting bites. I don't know how many days this winter, even this past month, I've been out on lakes praying for a bite. I went from having the best day ever to one of the worst months ever. It happens. That's fishing. It's just part of it. You gotta keep your attitude good, keep going, keep grinding, because you never know when that next cast is going to be the personal best of a lifetime. That's what makes it. Oh, there he is. I felt my blades go away. God, what did I get a hold of? Whatever he is, he's strong. He might be a little bigger. Oh yeah, my goodness. What did I get? Oh, come here. Stop that head shaking. Get on up in here. Whoo, that's right. That's right, that's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. He ate. He ate that thing up now. I figure out how to get him loose. But my goodness, they're hitting all around me while I'm dealing with him. Well, thought I was going. There we go. Thought I was going to get him loose. Oh, wasn't as bad as I thought. Well, guys, that's two good ones in 30 minutes, hour. Fining. I love it. Check him out. Alright, back you go. Sweet deal there. And he's got me in a tree. Got me in a tree. He didn't mess my line up. It feels like it's getting a little stretched out though. Oh my goodness. Oh, Mr. Frog. Well guys, I started out yesterday trying not to lose my net while I talk, doing basically the same thing over on the lake, fishing the edges of the grass, especially targeting. This is one of my favorite places to target. It's where you've got the new grass that pushes out. All our area lakes here around Coleman, North Alabama, most of them has got a grass line that comes out, and all that old dead stuff, you're starting to see all the new stuff turning green now and sticking up. Those bigger spots that has the old and the new sticking out of the water at the same time have always seemed to me to be very productive. I don't know why. It may just be me, but those are the ones that I try to target first. There may be little patches of green coming up here and there, but those big patches that I guess they offer a lot of cover, but they're also turning green and producing oxygen, which is good for fish. That's my only thought on it. If you've got any other thoughts on why the mixture of the old and the new together would be any better than anything else, let me know in the comments, because I'm just speculating on that part. I don't know, but it's just something that fishing those particular patches of grass has always given me confidence, and confidence comes with catching fish out of them. So if you got any thoughts on that, let me know. And tips for the day I would want you to take away from this, if you're, especially you new guys or guys that fish a lot of places, maybe you go to lakes, you go to ponds, you go to creeks. If you go somewhere See if I can find him. If you go somewhere that's got a lot of shad, you want to start with a spinnerbait. Looks like a shad. Same colors. Willow leaf blade. Got the profile, got the flash. Puts out more flash than the Colorado blade. But if you're farm pond fishing or small creek fishing, that the forage is a bluegill base, go with something. And I would even go more green, green and brown, green and orange. Even this one's just looks like a rainbow. But our panfish have tons of colors. They shimmer and they shine and they get in the sunshine, and they make all kinds of colors emit. And when that thing goes by thumping like that, it's hard for a big old bass not to say, hey, there's me a bluegill. Just that's the main thing for today, is match your spinnerbait with the forage. Match it also. I'm fishing slow today and yesterday, so I didn't really want a real heavy bait. I wanted a bait that I could slow roll and keep right under the surface of the water and ripple it every now and then. So I choose like a 1/4 ounce. If I'm wanting to fish fast, I'm going with a 1/2 or 3/4 ounce bait that I can burn through that water a little faster. Right now I don't really want to go faster. The little bait does exactly like I want it. I can slow roll it, keep it right under the surface. And these fish are looking up, and they see that shimmer go by, this little ripple on the water from all the wind that we've got. Makes it a tremendous asset in the tackle box. If you take away anything, those two things, match your bait with the forage in the water, in the body of water you're at, and the weight, depending on how fast you want to fish. You want to burn it, go heavier. You want to do like me today, fishing slow, go lighter. Simple as that. Guys, I'm going to get out of here. Got some honeydews to do, and got some storms coming tomorrow I need to prepare for. I don't know when this will come out. The storms will probably already be past before it comes out. But I'm going to get off the pond and go toward the house and see what I can get into there. You guys stay safe on the water. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you are, thank you so much. I appreciate it. If you're new, please subscribe and come back and join us again. Scroll down and watch 2 or 3 videos and see what you think about it. You guys have a great day. I'm Lowell Henderson. I'm headed to the house. It's a beautiful day. Get out and enjoy it.